Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of The Roar.
I'm Jacob.
And I'm JD. And what do we have first, Jacob?
Well, JD, first up for this week's segment is the announcements with Logan.
Take it away, Logan.
Firstly, for the PSAT, you have to register by September 29th, and it takes place on October 5th from 8:30 to 12:15. If you're not taking the PSAT, you don't have to go to school. The pre-ACT is November 9th. It's required, but you don't have to pay for it, and it's from 8:30 to 12 with 10th grade only. Next, I have two reminders. One is for dress donations, and the other is to buy your yearbooks. Next, we have our 2025 trips, and for the summer, we're going to Peru, and for the spring, you're going to Italy or France. Next, we have the free HBCU fair in Hickory on September 30th. HBCU stands for Historically Black Colleges and Universities. Lastly, we have the end of the quarter, October 5th.
Thanks, Logan.
Awesome. Now on to a new segment.
In this new segment, we're going to find out what Omar wants to call his new own segment and what he's going to do.
Woo!
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Hispanic Heritage Month. As many of you know, this runs from September 15th to October 15th, but each month has its own respective theme. For this year, the theme is Power, Progress, and Prosperity in Latin American Communities. For this week and the next coming weeks, I would like to highlight 3 different genres in Latin America that exemplify all 3 of these qualities. Thank you so much.
¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? Porque me gusta la bomba, repiquen barriles. ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? Loco, baja de esa nube que te va a caer.
Bomba y plena are actually 2 different musical styles that often are combined. Bomba started in the 17th century in Puerto Rico and other areas of the Caribbean when African slaves brought their various traditions to create powerful songs of rebellion and anguish. Plena is a derivative of bomba around the 20th century. Often, the lyrics to plena are musical narratives, inspiring or directly stating the struggles on the island. It is known as the newspaper of the people. An interesting aspect of the genre is that the music is often improvised, where the dancer, primarily a woman in a flowy dress, inspires the lines of the drummer.
Now on to our trivia questions.
For the trivia question, I consist of yellows green, blue, and yellow. As you move by, I wave. I have a hard exterior but a soft heart. I represent Pine Lakes Past, and you see me as you drive around the Yellowwood Circle. What am I? Email Mr. Burr with his email address on the screen, and you could win a prize.
Now on to Kaylin, teaching you how to use Huddle TV, the website, and T1 Sports on the app.
Thank you, JD, and welcome to this week's segment on how to use Huddle TV and Team 1 Sports, where you can stay caught up with all your favorite PLP sports. Starting off with how to use Huddle TV. You're going to open up a Google Chrome and open a new tab and type in Huddle TV. When the first link pops up called www.huddletv, click on that link, which will then bring you to the Huddle homepage. On the top right corner, there's a big login button. Click on that. Then you will click on the Huddle drop box down below. In the top right corner, click on Create an Account. Fill out all the boxes with your information to create that account and then click Create Account. You will then be brought to the home screen. There's a spacebar that asks for your school or club. Type in your school. Give it a few minutes, the internet's a little slow. This will then bring you to the Pine Lake home screen. If you scroll down, you can see all the last upcoming games from the past week, as well as upcoming games that will be happening. Now that you know how to use Huddle TV, I'm now going to move on and show you how to use Sports One Team app. This is an app associated with Huddle TV. First, you're going to download Sports One Team app from the App Store. Once it's finished installing, open the app. Once you open the app, it's going to bring you to the college home screen. Change the setting to high school on the top of the screen. After that, you will search up in the spacebar North Carolina. Once you find North Carolina, click on it. It will then bring you to a bunch of high schools in North Carolina. To find ours, you will scroll down to the bottom of the screen to where it says schools. Click on the arrow in the lower right of the screen. You will then search in the search bar Pine Lake. And once Pine Lake pops up, click on it. You will then have access to see all the upcoming sports games happening, as well as showing you all the recent games that have already happened. Thank you for watching my segment, and back to you, JD and Jacob.
Thanks, Kaylin. Now, before you forget how to watch our sports,
Let's jump right into sports with yours truly. Welcome to our sports recap of the week. My name is JD.
And I'm Kaylin.
Kaylin, why don't you start us off with what happened with volleyball last week?
All right, well, last Tuesday, PLP played against Community School of Davidson and won from 3-2. And then they played on Thursday, playing against Christ the King on Thursday, and sadly lost 0-3. So, JD, what happened with soccer last week?
Soccer played Corbion last week. Varsity won 1-0. JV did not have a game, but Varsity did have a 9-0 win against Langtree. Pretty big win. And JV beat CTK 2-0.
What about football?
Football destroyed Winston-Salem Prep with a 62-12 final score. So that's pretty awesome. That's all for this week. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see y'all next time.
Back to you.
well done, JD. Now on to our final segment with Andre.
Andre will be talking about our Start with Hello Week.
Hi, I'm Andre Malberg, and I'm with Miss Miller, our assistant principal here at the high school. So what do you do here, Miss Miller, as a vice principal?
Oh, I do a lot of things. I provide support for clubs. I do teacher observations. I help students with schedule changes if they need them. I'm also still the yearbook advisor. I attend all sorts of sporting events and student-led events and fine arts and things like that.
Nice. So I wanted to ask you a question. So Start with Hello Week and See Something, Say Something. Mm-hmm. What are they?
So Start with Hello Week is a week of acknowledgement for anti-bullying. It started with the Sandy Hook Promise. And so the parents of the students who lost their lives at Sandy Hook said we have to do something to prevent events like this, and we need to start with our younger population. And so it is a week that encourages kids to be intentionally kind. Mm-hmm. If you see someone sitting alone, then you make sure that you go and speak to them, introduce yourself, say something kind to them, or invite them to play with you if you're a younger kid. If you're in a class and you see that a peer is struggling, whether it be personally or academically, then you sit with them and just say, like, hey, I'm here. The green is a bold, bright color. And so if we're wearing the green, then it signifies or acknowledges that we are available to be a friend. Mm-hmm. And then this year, the guidance counselors, as part of Start with Hello Week, had every base camp, everybody got a green ribbon, and you wrote a note on it, and then those notes were turned into a chain, and so you'll see those chains linked above some class doors and different things like that. But the lower school wrote messages to the high school students, so that's kind of a cool thing to have the kids get involved with the big kids, because whether you all realize this or not, those little kids think you all are just the most amazing people. So we actually had some lower school students deliver those ribbons to their siblings that they wrote specifically to, so that was really fun. Yeah, it's a way to purposefully and intentionally acknowledge the need to be kind to each other.
Nice. How have you seen like an impact from both of these things on Pine Lake in general?
I think when we would start with Hello Week, when we draw attention to events like Sandy Hook that took place and acknowledge that a change has to happen, and that it's not always the adults that have to create that change, right? Like, we treat each other respectfully because we're colleagues, but sometimes you all forget that you can be kind and you can make someone feel welcome. And so it kind of shines a spotlight. So I like to see that. As far as See Something, Say Something, obviously the two are different. See Something, Say Something is a platform that allows students or parents or any community member to report a concern anonymously. And so while you may be worried about a friend but don't want to say, I, Andre Malberg, am worried about my friend, it is a place where you can make that report and know that your friend is going to be cared for immediately, that your concern will be addressed immediately but will not be tied back to you. So that anonymity really kind of gives a feeling of comfort that you can present a concern but not be seen as a snitch, if you will. It also, when you log in to see something, say something, you're not reporting a concern to Dr. Hoffman or myself. You are reporting a concern to someone who is trained to deal with all sorts of different life events. Suicide, drugs, bullying, whether it be cyber or in person, mental health concerns. And so that person at the call center is well versed in meeting the needs of the person who is in need, but also providing comfort and boosting the confidence of the person who's reporting. So when you log into that app and you log your concern, the more information you can provide, the better. Because if someone is in immediate danger, we need to be able to get to them immediately. And so if we have the name of the person and we have contact information or we have an address or something like that, then it does eventually get turned over to us and it becomes ours to manage. But if someone's in imminent danger, then the local authorities are dispatched and it's handled that way.
Nice.
So.
Well, thank you for this interview.
You're welcome.
And have a good rest of your day.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you to everyone who's been watching our videos.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, smash that like button, drop a comment down below, link in description. We'll see y'all next time.
Peace out.
Hi everybody. Welcome to Hispanic Heritage Month. As many of you know, this runs from September 15th to October 15th, but each month has its own respective theme. For this year, the theme is Power, Progress, and Prosperity in Latin American Communities. For this week and the next coming weeks, I would like to highlight 3 different genres in Latin America that exemplify all 3 of these qualities. Thank you so much.